Yeah, suck it, Universal, you stupid Jurassic World movies. Let Warner Brothers and the Pratts, not that one, show you how to do a real dinosaur movie, eh?
A soliloquy for every movie, from Casablanca, Tommy Boy. He's here, it's him, it's Andrew Toy. It's Andrew Toy.
It's funny that Warner Brothers is trying to demolish their own IP, while simultaneously trying to fix Universal's biggest franchise. They're doing everything they can to fix Jurassic World, just not by calling it the end of Jurassic Street. Ever since I saw Jurassic Park as a little boy, and I had nightmares about dinosaurs roaming outside my window at night, I have wanted to see this movie. Yes, this movie is what I've been waiting for my whole life. Dominion promised that, but didn't give it to me, so it's just a little bit late. And it's funny because I could tell we're in some sort of shift in regards to Hollywood movies. It's like they're weaning us off franchise films by giving us new concepts that hinge on one's attachment to familiarity. Like the upcoming Coyote vs. Acme. It's an original film, but it's tied to characters we already know and love. And the end of Jurassic Oak Street is completely dependent on your love of dinosaurs and your apathy for the Jurassic World franchise. I will say Rebirth was a step in the right direction. You can find my review somewhere on my channel. Watching dinosaurs pluck people from their bikes and smash into houses is what the Lost World tried to give us, but completely failed. Does anybody else turn that movie off as soon as they leave the island? I don't, but I really need to start doing that. Because that whole San Diego scene is worse than you remember. So much worse. But let's get back to the end of Oak Street, which hopefully will lead to the end of this video. My thoughts on the movie? The end of Oak Street is really, really flawed. Just about every secondary storyline is abandoned or served no purpose whatsoever. Now, the movie's only 5 minutes long. At least it felt that way anyway. So I'm sure there'll be plenty of deleted scenes on the DVD or the streaming service. Deleted scenes that maybe would have given this movie the big R. Restricted, not retarded, you bullies. Another flaw is that I never got my mob moment, where everybody in the neighborhood is rioting and they're like sacrificing the neighbor's cat to the dinosaur so they could get out scot-free. You know, we never had people turn on each other. In fact, the whole movie felt like this Pratt family was the only family in town. It was like Little House on the Suburbs. Your nearest neighbor was 50 miles away from you. Of course, every now and then they would call in extras to be dragged into the bushes or lay on the street while a CGI dinosaur nibbles on their neck. It kind of made it sound like a vampire movie. It's dinosaurs. It's dinosaurs. And the ending, I'm not going to spoil it, but they try to play it off as this big, suspenseful surprise. Right? But if you have any working knowledge of anything in the world, you can see 65 million yards away how this film is going to wrap up. And in the end, it was kind of embarrassing for everybody. You know, they're thinking, oh, there's this big reveal. No, we were 5 steps ahead of you. We knew what you were doing. All the flaws aside, damn it, if I can't tell you, I had a blast with this movie. It's filled with jump scares that actually work. Movies can make me laugh. They can make me cry. They can make me stand up and cheer. But it is a rare day in hell when a movie can actually scare me. And for a PG-13 movie, this one just about did it. This might be the movie where I jumped the most amount of times. Now, if you're waiting to see this on streaming, which I really recommend you see this on the big screen, not so much for the big screen, but for the sound. The noises in the background, like that's what adds to so much attention. The sound design in this movie was fantastic. And I don't know how that's going to translate to home viewing. So if you can see this movie, definitely do it. And show Universal that this is the kind of dinosaur movie we want. Never mind what you thought about Jurassic Park 3 as a whole, we all have differing opinions, but we can all agree that it strives to be the most horror-like of the bunch. And this movie captures the thrills and the terror of Jurassic Park 3. And it is glorious. And Anne Hathaway, man, I gotta say, it's never gonna happen, but give the Oscar to her for this movie. Best female performance of the year. I think I said that about somebody else earlier this year. But as of now, Anne Hathaway, best female performance of the year. But as it stands, because it's not a pretentious role and it's not all artsy-fartsy, sadly, she's not going to get any such nomination for this role. But let me tell you, in this B-list monster movie, she sells the hell out of these dinosaurs. She could have been running from a roll of toilet paper, and per her performance, I would have been scared shitless. There was even a moment in this movie where my mouth hung open for a full 60 seconds. And I just kept thinking, movies never take this kind of risk. Like, wow. I don't want to say my jaw hit the floor in the movie theater because that's really gross, but my mouth really did hang open. Speaking of such a scene, the end of Oak Street is rated PG-13, but it pushes it hard. It's like Warner Brothers asked the MPAA, what is the least amount of violence we can cut out of this movie to bump it from a light R to a really hard PG-13? I'll show this to my kids who are 11 and 12, but I'll feel kind of guilty about it because there's a lot of blood and a lot of dead bodies in this movie. And there's an entire scene that could have come straight out of a Disney nature documentary, so I guess they can watch it. It's so awkward. There's just not a lot of humor in this movie. There are small, funny moments, sure, but the overall tone of this movie is very bleak and depressing and just really dark. Which, to be fair, makes sense considering the situation they're in. I guess Marvel has trained us to think that even a dead dog could be funny if you joke about it in the right way with the right timing. To sum up, the end of Oak Street is flawed, it is shallow, and it feels rushed. But Anne Hathaway was phenomenal, and it was intense, an emotion that I swear Hollywood has forgotten even exists. If I were gross enough to touch the movie theater seats, I would have been digging my fingers into the lining. There were some genuinely scary moments in this movie. I would even go so far as to say that this is an old school horror movie. This is going to go down as one of the most flawed movies that I cannot help but love. And I can see myself defending this movie for years to come. So check it out in the theaters, go for the sound and the experience. It is a lot of fun. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll see you in the next video.